and practice emotional regulation. I can go on. My social media displays transparency. And nobody can take that from me. When I'm up, I'm up. When I'm down, I'm down. But I always get back up. And that is why I am called to share information that I've gathered through studying, through just showing up at the lecture. Some of you don't even know your local hospitals. Some of them have series of lecture. Have you ever checked their schedules, their calendars? Your community centers, they offer workshops. Your libraries, they offer to teach you new skills. Everybody got choices. So if you wake up every day and you find that you never have a smile on your face, like you don't remember the last time. You know what you have on your face? Your acting skills when you take your selfies. Hello. But see, some of us prioritize. And so since I know my first mission is my home, I leave the play for the fools. Go on and act. Because I'm all about healing. Because as I heal, my child is observing. And every time I share that message, I remember the person who told me that. You see, I shared with her that sometimes I felt guilty because I went through moments of sadness. And I didn't want my child to ever see me like that. Because you don't want to burden your children. You don't want to stress them out. It's not fair to them. Although it was a brief moment, or season rather, that was the beginning of my journey to healing. And this healer, who was a co-worker, but God was using as a healer, told me, it's okay if your child saw you crying, because he sees you getting back up. Hello, hello, hello. He sees the skills that you are utilizing. This will assist him throughout life. And this is why we need to honor ourselves. You honor yourself by living in your truth. It's okay to be real. When you share your authentic self, we all benefit. And if I wasn't real at home, at work, at church, I would never find my healing. So when I lost someone dear to me, I didn't front. I went to a local church and signed up for Grief Share. I believe that's a national program. And it's a place you go and you share. About the person you lost. In that season, it was my dad. And everyone was sharing, this is what I do. This is what I do. When I remember them, this is what I do. When it's Christmas, I hang up their picture on the Christmas tree. When it's things I would never think of myself. But it was a group of people from different backgrounds, different ethnicities, collectively raising the vibration. In my search for healing, and eventually smiling again, I recall sharing something very painful I was going through. You see, sometimes life happens. And because life happens, you may lose somebody. But you never made it right. You never found peace. And then when the person's gone, you can't say, I wish things were different. I wish we were closer. I did love you. Let me tell you how this man healed me. I was sitting on a chair. And he said, look at me. Visualize his face in my face. Tell him what you need to say. I said what I had to say. When I left that room, there was a weight taken off of me. When I left that room, all the regret washed away. Not knowing that eventually God would use me as someone who has access to the spiritual realm. And therefore, I firmly believe and know that even in their transition, you could say goodbye. Now, the fact that I've taken you there is telling me somebody out there needs to hear this message. Because when I first started, I came on here all jolly and everything. And that's the energy I was in. But I find myself educating you or, to put it another way, gently reminding you ways to get through it. Sometimes it's not only through death you say goodbye. Sometimes it's because you wanted to live. It's because you refused to jeopardize your life. You were warned to get out of harm's way. And this is why I know God loves me. Because when I was in a lower vibration and showing up in my truth, while